Very good afternoon to you all, and we welcome you to this M3 Spotlight event. So we are glad that today we have Akansha Aneja for this Mom-Talkies Spotlight event. So let me just introduce the speaker of the hour, that is Miss Akansha Aneja. So we are glad, Akansha, that you're here with us and sharing your thoughts on this particular topic. So as you all know that the month of August has started, and M3 is celebrating this month of August as Freedom Theme. So our today's topic is also freedom begins between the years. Akansha Aneja is a working mother, educator, as well as a career coach. So Ms. Aneja, please introduce yourself and then we'll take this forward.
Thank you so much for introducing me and giving me such a platform to, voice out my thoughts. And let everybody know what I think. And yes, the topic freedom begins between the years. It's a really wonderful topic to talk upon because today what we long for is, just the freedom thing. Though we had already tasted freedom, but today also women at some point, there are things you have that, that cage. It is not visible, but yes, we all have that. And thank you, for such a wonderful topic. Before I start, I am Akansha Aneja and I am a career counselor, career coach, and I work in a wonderful and a reputed school in Meerut, the Argy Girls School. I'm an English educator here. And yes, my team is a women team, and I'm really proud to work here.
We are so glad that we have so many members for this particular spotlight event, and I'm sure that everyone is looking forward to hear this session. So let's just begin. So my first question for this topic is, what is your take on this topic, which is freedom begins between the years? So what are your thoughts upon that?
Okay, as you know, the topic itself explains. It's really simple topic. It is talking about those things which come to us, and we should not always take them in the same sense. We should use our intellect. So that space between the ears should be identified and used very appropriately. We have to interpret what is coming to us. Taking it as it is not accepted. You don't eat raw food, right? You cook it. So you need to cook the information according to your taste, your choice, what is expected out of you. That is what we are dealing in here. And the wonderful thing I wish to mention over here, what I perceive is listen with curiosity, speak with honesty, and that will help us to act with integrity. So you need to listen wonderfully. That's what I feel.
Well explained. This example of we take things raw is actually correct, because people don't know, they are not in that particular state of mind where either they are not getting what they are listening, or
Right.
they're not in the state of mind to process that particular thought. So very well put.
Yeah.
So our next question is, can you relate or apply this to your day-to-day life? Like, there might be many incidents, where you might be facing the same, that society keeps on telling us so much, on every act, on every action that we take. So do you apply this to your day-to-day life, that what you've said, processing?
Of course, very, very strongly. And I think being a woman, everybody has the same plight. You don't do this, don't go there, you're not allowed to do this, don't wear such clothes, don't look like this, don't go out at late at night. There are ample amount of things. But here we need to analyze where we have to work upon. Look, going late at night is no fun, and sitting alone is no fun. We all know that. But if somebody is doing it, it is because of a call. Right. So being a woman, society has given us a lot of things, and all those piles are there on our responsible shoulders. But society somewhere also need to give us freedom. It is just not for women we are talking about. It is for each and every individual. Today, even if we are talking about our children, we are growing, girls. We need to apply these things. We need to make them think freely, and if they think freely, they'll start working on themselves very nicely. So for myself, I only take positive thoughts. Whatever is suiting me, I'll take that. Otherwise, everything will go above head or below. I don't even think about things, and I will just say to everyone. It will be a request to everyone. Please don't overpile yourself with things. You don't need to. It's your life. Who is gonna give you the second life here? It is just a single one, and you need to go by that. So please live the way you want. You have your all the freedom. Enjoy it. And the society, it is we the people who make the society. If today we'll start with the change, the things will change for tomorrow, right? So I feel that way.
So since you have brought this topic that this is not only just for women, it is out of the question that I formed, but still, I would like to know your thoughts upon that. Since you said that it's not just for women, do you think that men also face this, male people also face this particular thing wherein they have to, like,
Yes, definitely they do. They actually, you know what, we see our perspective and we just get rid of others' perspective. But if we see at all the points, it is men also who face the same thing. We talk about the workplace, we talk about homes. Everyone has to face somewhere something. And we very politely we say it is just a little adjustment we need to do. Why to adjust? Life is one, enjoy it to the fullest. For men, they adjust upon lot many things, but they don't reveal in fact, right? We women, we cry it, in front of any of our friends, even in front of our husbands or fathers or anyone. But these men, they keep it hidden. And they say we are very strong, we can face everything, but this is not the fact. You're not strong. It is wrong to hide such things. You need to, if you come out beautifully, the thoughts that will be, they'll also be beautiful. So one has to be pure the way you are. You don't have to adjust or be according to someone else. Then why, how I'll judge who's the original one? What is the original personality of a person? And we teach students to be original, we ourselves are not original, then what is the fact of life? Right.
so,
So this way I would ask everybody to ponder upon the point that please be original. Diplomacy and manipulations, they are there. They're a part of the life. As corruption is part of the life, they are also the part of life. But somewhere you need to talk to your own self. What is better? मेरे लिए क्या अच्छा है? I need to talk about that. And
so
freedom is that only.
now with this booming digital media, I can say that, in this pandemic also people has got together close enough by staying, 24/7 with the family.
True.
And
True.
this adjusting thing is actually growing now. People have started to feel that, adjustment is not the way out. So I'm
Exactly.
glad that you brought this point up. So heading on to the third question of today's session. If yes, like you said that, you do apply this to your day-to-day life. So how do you manage to filter all the saying, talks, comments that happen in the society? I'm sure everybody has that, thought process or their way out or technique and tips and tricks to, come out of
Exactly.
it. So what is your special recipe for this?
I don't know whether everybody could follow or believe that, but I am a very happy-go-lucky person kind. I
Okay.
don't take negative thoughts.
Wow.
I just bypass them. I don't take them. I don't accept them. Sometimes, yes, at times it happens that they come and start piling over, but I don't take it too long to overcome. I filter. I myself filter. Is it important for me to think about this? Is it very important that I should talk about this, think about this, put in my time and waste each part of what an hour or whatever I'm wasting? And then I realized, nahi, if this is not at all important, let's start working on ourselves. So this is what I do, and it is very easy. Look, anything you start with, it takes at least 7 days to work upon. So I would request everyone, start working upon, and it'll be a day that you will be able to face it. And you know what? Excuses are there, but the point is we don't live life for ourselves. Either we start showing off, either we live a life of someone else whom we adore, or maybe just because everybody wants us to live that way, we start living that way. This is not done. This is not acceptable, and it is just not we who are doing it. It is every individual who is doing it. आपने ऐसा कहा था तो मैंने सोचा मैं इस तरह से कर लूं. Why do you have to do that? You don't have to. Be what you are and let people accept that, and then see the bond, the relationship that is formed, that will be different. And you know what? Our capacity, everyone's, is different in different walks. So judgment, comparison, these, let them remain in dictionary. We should not let them come into our own original life, right? That's it.
So
I can just say that.
you rightly said, like we sow the seeds into our minds. People just talk,
Right.
but it is ultimately we who are considering it and giving it a thought upon. So, like you said, that we should try it for 7 days. So this applies to the kid, I would say. because they are so fragile, and whatever you teach them, they
Right.
are practically a blank slate, So that's the reason we
Yeah.
are so much. And we should be a baby sometime, I feel.
Yeah. And for mothers, I'll talk about this. The child is your own product here. You've made it. Let it be beautiful. Write your own theories there. What you feel, write that. Society will feel everything and will neglect a lot of things. Let it be. Let be ignorant if something has to grow beautiful. You'll reap results, and you'll definitely trust trust me and trust yourself. You'll rejoice this thing. You'll rejoice it.
That's nice. That's nice. Be natural.
Yeah, be natural.
Okay, so heading on to the fourth question of today's session. How should one exercise their freedom using this saying? So that is, freedom begins between the ears. Like you said, you are natural. There is
Right.
no such kind of technique, but yeah, people needs to try it on for 7 days. So how would one exercise that? I'm sure that, implementing thing and continuously doing it for even 7 days is a tough job. For
Very
that,
tough.
you have to be mentally prepared. So how to,
Exactly.
one advice that you would like to give?
Okay. Only one thing that I keep on speaking to my children as well. Hearing and listening has a very thin line of difference. You hear everything. Okay. Nobody's asking you to, bypass anything. But yes, listen, concentrate, because listening is one process where you feel, you attach your own strength, your weakness, and you get intact with it. So listen to what you feel will help you out. Okay. Everything that is going on is actually, it goes on long, but the thing is, you have to you have to figure it out, how the things will be listed in your life. Right. What are your priorities you need to think about? It is very difficult to even follow for 2 days. Even for 2 days, if you follow something, that is very difficult. But routine has to be set. You need to focus on that routine, and then you need to prioritize your things, and further you will, see a change in yourself. And once we start seeing change in ourselves, we start practicing that thing religiously. And that religiously following of something makes us more strong, and we believe that we can achieve something. So that's how I practice myself, and I would request everyone else also to do the same during.
You're muted, Akansha. Akansha, you're muted.
Listen to what, which is, the thing that is actually helping you out.
So true that practicing makes men perfect, but it does make
Yeah,
everyone perfect. So yeah, definitely we should do that.
definitely.
And last but not the least, what method will you use to give this teaching to your kid?
Okay.
So
Yes, that's something very difficult. Convincing them to do something is, it's a big job. So if I
yes.
talk about my kid, being a teacher, I have many kids, my own plus the people, the students I teach. So for them, I have a very, very, a very thin line of difference that I was talking about, hearing and listening. I just wish to ask them to ponder upon this, that, what, you get to listen many things, but interpret only that is helpful to you. Today, if we hear, that is all right. If we see on Google also, that we have ample amount of information, and every time keeping a check is not possible. Even for a mom it is not possible, for a teacher it is not possible. So you know what, I am mature enough, I should understand what is helping me out, I should walk towards that. I know if a cake and a pastry will make me gain weight, I should change my way. If I know that yes, sprouts will help me, just at least not lessen my weight, but will not increase my weight, I should walk towards that. So easy things are easily approachable, but they're destructive. At times, they are destructive only. So practice a little, work upon your own self, and start pointing out the things that are wrong for your own self. When we become our own critic, after listening to the things, we can filter the things that we need to work upon. So we need to focus on that point, and we can work out on that. That is, after a week it becomes simple. For children, in excitement, what they see, they wish to see the result. And if they see the result, they'll just, they get attracted, and they start working upon that thing very easily. so we can make them do. And you know what? Alone, a child cannot do that. So one has to be a mentor. Being a mentor, you can at time to time guide them what is right, what is wrong, how they can go by it, how the things can beautifully turn. So they'll learn. They'll definitely learn. The best part in children teaching is they're blank. Teach them how you want to, and you see the result. If you are wrong, you'll see the deed of a child, and if you're right, you'll see the deed of a child, and that will be explained beautifully. And that is it. What I wish to say here.
So true. Like you said that, you ask them to ponder upon what people say, right? So don't you think that it's self-talk? I would say that it's self-talk, right? That we do
Yes.
the self-talk on what is happening and everything. Don't you think self-talk is difficult with children? Because freedom begins between the years, I would say practically goes for children because they don't have that set mindset, right? We all have
Right.
set our mind in such a particular way that we are going to think this way, right? But children's with
Okay.
kids, it's not the same.
Yeah. Right. But okay, very very simple example. I'll tell you. When a child is of 2.5 years, you try to pick a spoon up, scoop it up, and give it to the child. We talk about same thing, and when the child is of 3 years, he says, "Mama, I'll do it myself." It has to be a procedure of training. And look at the wonders they do at age of 4, 5. You don't teach them; they see and they do it. Try telling them, they'll inculcate, and this becomes really wonderful. That yes, they take in as they see. The observation is very strong, so we can help them observing these things.
So it starts the saying that, someone said freedom begins between the years. What if you want to replace years with something? What does freedom, begins between what to you?
Is needed.
Yeah.
No, for me, I'll say years are very important because you know what? I just worked upon myself in this entire COVID period. So I just realized, listen to people. They have ample amount of things. And today, if we talk about today's society, we have stopped, those small, small love tokens and gestures. We've forgotten them. Talking about a smile to anyone, talking about a personal touch to anyone, a sweet message. Even if it comes, we are like, "Kitna khali hai yaar, subh subh good morning bhej diya." I mean, look at the feeling behind it, and we have forgotten all these things. So somewhere I feel that replacement is not required. It is just a thought process that we need to change, because we have been in a stage we are getting everything. We don't have to work really hard. We need to work hard upon our own maintenance and to upgrade ourselves. But if we talk about others or the society, it is the way I build. I'll get the same. Very very perfectly said. If I want someone to uh, give me the same respect, I need to give the same respect to them. So what we preach, we need to what we teach, we need to preach as well. So here I would just say that hearing and ears cannot be replaced, because if we are not able to hear anyone, we don't know what are the point of views they have. So
So
somewhere, God has planned very perfectly and given us all those treasures that we wanted, these six senses. This is perfect. Thank you so much for such an arrangement. This was wonderful.